Welcome to another episode of Charts from the Kitchen. And of course, we've got GameStop. But first off, an important message. I'd really like to thank PP for inviting me on his show and allowing this post on his subreddit. Certainly needs more upvotes, but it's a really good post where yesterday's video was shared. Thanks. And then, along with that, a nice comment from PP. Likes the energy. Good, genuine dude. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. Anyone contact with him, tell me he's welcome on the show this Friday. That's a really nice, genuine message. Thanks so much. Followed by other nice ones. You know, it's a mixed bag, obviously, everywhere you go. True story, PP. So I'd really appreciate that invite. I'd love to come on the show. A lot of people know that. Did I manage to even get that up? I did, right. A lot of people know that I look after my dad. And something came up this evening, so I wasn't able to get around to it. And I'm grateful I even have this opportunity now to put this show out. Late that it is, 2 o'clock, starting now, 2 a.m. But we get it eventually. Never break the chain. I haven't able to do that show with PP, though. I really appreciate it. And I'll definitely try and get on again if the offer still stands. I'll try and be there. Thank you very much. I reached out to the people in my community to see what they made of the idea, and everyone was very positive with the idea of bridging the communities and bringing people together, because we definitely believe in the same sorts of things, and we're all interested in meme stocks, aka weak spots. So I very much appreciate that offer, PP. Very genuine, and I'll definitely be there if it still stands. Now, on to the charts. And your favourite and mine, GameStop here. No, that's SPY. Well, SPY. We can start here, take a lead from it. It's really simple. Price action on SPY has made a retracement to the 886. That's a Fibonacci level. Should it break above here, you're going to go and test the previous high on SPX at 52.50. Beyond that, you're looking at 52.666, 5300, new all-time highs in the stock market. This will come with easing in energy inflation, allows the Fed to kick their heels out, 2 rate cuts ahead of the November election, and you could see the stock market really take off. This could have positive implications for GameStop, aka meme stocks and weak spots in the market. That could definitely happen. You could also see a little bit of a boom in cryptocurrency if that continues, because although it's important that the Federal Reserve do print that money, it's also really irresponsible. But this is the system we're trapped in. Oh, dearie me. So, on to the GameStop chart now, with an update on your favorite stock here. The closing candle came in this week. With the closing candle coming in, this gives us a hint with regards to sentiment. Okay, so price can go anywhere during the week, and afterwards it closes at a specific level. That candle close, that's where traders bring prices to at the end of the week, whereas the wick, it could go anywhere in that period. It depended on the liquidity on the books at the time. So I'll turn off the drawings and make it quite clear. Price action wicking slightly higher than where it ended up closing back at the previous high wick in the previous week. So the uptrend continues with the candle closing higher than it opened, and really even exceeding that 50 simple period moving average, which you see coming in here. There's the 50 simple. Price action stopping there last week, exceeding it this week, and then holding above it on the close. That's very significant. But there are warning signs. So if the weekly, and we look left, you can see it hasn't managed to break this horizontal level yet. You have previously got a lower low, and this isn't yet a higher high. So caution is still in the wind. Down to the daily time frame, where you are still putting in higher highs, and you would say that compared to the previous oscillations, this is higher. And you even got the question then, are we in an uptrend on the daily time frame? Well, it's back above a 200 period moving average, having found support at that important area. It's also persisting above the 236 Fibonacci retracement, which speaks to the strength of price action. Down to the 4 hour now, where there are questions. The 50 simple itself residing below that 200, that's a moving average. When the shorter period one approaches the longer period, that speaks to a velocity in the tightening in the shorter term trend, and that accelerating beyond those important long term trends. So if the shorter term trend is going faster than the longer term trend, that speaks to the exponential increase in price, and that's obviously something that people are interested in. 4 hour, very significant with regards to trend and candle closes. Holding above a 236, very important. Clearly higher highs, higher lows. 1 hour now, where there's a strong danger sign. I'm very blessed to have a genius brother who's got the brain of 1,000 traders. He's managed to make an indicator that tells us all where price is going, and we know that eventually there will be retracements in and around these areas for GameStop. So bear that in mind. Not happening immediately, as we've seen on those higher time frames, but it's there. And it's also down on the 30-minute time frame, where you've also got concern with regards to momentum. Should it start putting in a bearish profile on momentum, maybe you'll see retracements. Losing that 50 simple would suggest coming in for a 200. That's below a golden pocket, which speaks to a critical issue with regards to GameStop should it make a really sharp and quick move down. If that doesn't happen, then you negate much of that bearish thesis and go on again, test those higher levels on the weekly. Now that we've managed to conquer the 50 simple, we could go on and test the 200. Down to the 15-minute here, and you've also got a warning sign at 1643. Hold that level, things would be positive. Still managed to hold in at above the 50% retracement and the 200 period moving average at 1492. That would also be significant considering the extreme move we've seen, the fact that there's higher highs on certain time frames, and you could put that in context and say higher low. I know it's not super exciting to say price is just putting in a higher low, but if you're a trader at heart and you've experience with these charts, then it can be that your patience and your long-term view is reinforced by weak action to the downside. So if prices come back down and find support, then move on again, that's a very strong factor to consider for the bulls. And bears, when they look at price action, will see that on that instance they were defeated. So where does the next test come in, and how will price action perform there? So back to the charts, and we'll work our way back through the top side of price action. You've got this warning sign back down around 10 bucks. Turn on the drawings now, though there are quite a lot of them, and speak to this inverted head and shoulders, this bull flag, the fact that it's played out to a certain extent, but there's a lot more potential meat on the bone up to around 25, 26. So keep that figure in mind, $25. Back up to the 30 minutes, and this is where maybe you'd find the lowest utility, that but still significant with regards to momentum. You got that danger previously, that also comes within the previous formation, and if price actions to go back into that chart pattern, there'd be more implications, but we can talk about that more perhaps on our Discord, Rocky Outcrop. You check it out, link in the description, or of course with PP and the gang over there. So you've got this flash, you've also got the downward sloping previous support, now potentially resistance. If price action comes in and tests those 14 change levels we mentioned, the 50% retracement, if you hold 50% of anything in a period of accumulation and the next move you're higher, then you hold it, that's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's that concept there, and that's a damn sight better than we've seen in GameStop for the past number of years. So if you can keep with a 2 step forward, 1 step back, I'd be satisfied. What about you? Let me know in the comments. Now we're on the 4 hour, where you've got these drawings, the targets that we've been talking about, and you've got to put it in context. With looking left, you can see resistance levels. That's why price slows at these areas and in at around 19, 20 bucks. That's one area. The next guy up at around 25, 26 bucks. You see why that level is important? That's the next horizontal level of resistance, and this is where we would aim to next, right? You cross that bridge when you come to it. That bridge, 25 bucks. Daily time frame. Again, now you're looking at the formation that includes the downward sloping channel, not just the wedge, and that's defined by these yellow parallel lines. Flick them on and off, and you can see that price still persists at the edge of resistance, not completely escaping that zone. And it would be great to see if it did move above. Also on the daily time frame, 200 period moving average, price action holding that important artifact, and now up to the weekly to make that point with the drawings on, though it's hard to see a little bit, I do apologize. 200 period moving average there comes in at $25, having held the 50 simple on the weekly time frame, as we talked about at the top of the chart there. You're also now looking to go up and test the next significant moving average, that being the 200. So, top tips for everybody watching along. Of course, I've got a course at technicalanalysis.school, and I'll happily teach you how to trade the same way I do with hundreds and hundreds of other traders who are turning it into a real exceptional example of what retail can do when they're given the skills and tools to explore their potential, which is very much my goal, to bring people together and lift people up, which I see being done over in your own show there, PP, and with a degree of humor, which I appreciate and share. So again, thanks very much for that invite. If it still stands, I'll take you up on it if at all possible. And thank you everybody for watching this show and tuning in this week. I've really appreciated the engagement. It's been one of the best weeks I've ever had on YouTube, and I know that there's a really good feeling and vibe out in the community at the minute, and I share that with you. Thanks very much for being here with me and sticking with me. If you want to give PP a like or a thumbs up on that thread and all the things he does, I'd appreciate that, returning the favor that he did me. There is a number of comments in this thread that are very kind, not just PP himself, but other people. Some that aren't quite as fantastic, others that are brilliant. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, you nice people. And yes, there is lots of other brilliant things worth watching over there. This is a good video too, you know. This really is. Holy sugar.
Kitty turned $53,000 into almost $50 million.
Love a bit of that. Right, thank you very much, everybody. See you in the next one. And hopefully see yourself there too, PP. Oh, it's behind the chart. Pardon me. Maybe we'll get to that next week. Thank you, everybody. See you on my Discord or Reddit or anywhere else. Also, it's Friday, so we've got the Friday fun, yay, over on Discord. Get yourself down there, check it out. I'm sure Sasha and Katie Babes are in the chat room already, preparing things for you. So, see you there, everybody.